and welcome to MCTV's Let's Talk. I'm Mike Stanzillis, Vice President of Membership and Business Development for the Morris County Chamber of Commerce. And today is a continuation of our Member Spotlight series. And today we're featuring Rosanne DeTorres of the Detorres and DeGeorge family law. So Rosanne is the managing partner at Detorres and DeGeorge, and they've got offices in Morristown and Flemington, New Jersey. Now this firm, they provide themselves on setting 99% or settling 99% of all divorce cases without going to court in about half the time of the statewide average. Rosanne is also, she's one of only 150 attorneys in New Jersey that is certified by the New Jersey Supreme Court in matrimonial law. And she's been a member of the Chamber since 2016. And we're so happy to have you here, Rosanne. Thank you so much for being part of this, and welcome to our show.
Thanks, Mike. I'm happy to be here.
So I want our members to know that Rosanne actually, she wrote the book on divorce because I happen to have the book. Rosanne gave me a signed copy of the book when I first started working here at the Chamber. I brought this book home and my wife was like, is there something that I need to know? And no. So, but Rosanne, what possessed you to write this book?
So I do use it as a marketing tool, but I wanted to educate my clients. And it is an easy to read, short way to understand the process of divorce and to prepare for divorce if that's something that you're considering.
You know, we do have a lot of members that have written books, and it's a great marketing tool, but it's also a great, it's exactly what you said, it's both. And so I really appreciate it. And
you're welcome.
You can get this book from Rosanne pretty much anytime, I would imagine.
Yes, you can download it for free on my website, an ebook, or if you come into the office, I'll give you a copy or mail you a copy.
Well, thank you. So, so let's get right to it here. So this, COVID pandemic, everybody's, trapped at home on top of one another for months on end, it seems like. Have you seen any increase in the people wanting to get divorced or domestic violence or anything of that nature?
Yeah, the phone is definitely ringing more. There are a lot of people that have just sort of had it, and the COVID pandemic has crystallized in their mind that their relationship is just not salvageable, based on the fact that they've been stuck in, at home, sheltering in place. But also, to your point, there is a big rise in domestic violence that's taking place because of the proximity of victims to their abusers.
Yeah, I think, we all knew this, and especially the people in law enforcement and other fields that deal with people, social services, substance abuse, that these things were coming due to everybody just trapped at home and people without work. What would you recommend? What a person that's, on the losing end, the person that's being, abused in these domestic violence situations, what do you recommend that they do?
Yeah, that's a great question. Victims need special care, and to understand the cycle of domestic violence, abusers will take steps to abuse their victim, then they woo the victim back to the relationship. And then it's a cycle. It goes around like that over and over and over again. So for the victim to really understand that, they need to get some counseling from their local domestic violence agency. In Morris County, that's JBWS. They do a very good job of helping victims understand the cycle of domestic violence and how to stay safe in the home, how to have a safety plan, how to get out. If they need to get out, where would they go? They provide. There's a police officer at their facility there that can counsel them also on their rights to get a restraining order. And certainly an experienced family law attorney can tell them how to get a restraining order and how to frame their allegations so that they can get a protective order. But every county has a domestic violence agency, and their services are either free or offered on a sliding scale.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, and JBWS is a great organization, and it helps a lot of people, that's for sure. So, moving on with your expertise here, when a person or persons or couple comes to you and they're talking about divorce, are there competing interests with you? And I say this to be completely candid, but you make your money off of helping people get divorced, not helping them stay together. So, how do you handle that little balancing act there between your business and helping people?
So I see my role as a counselor and an advisor.
Hmm.
I'm not there to evaluate the morality of their relationship and whether they should stay married or not. I'm not an advocate for divorce. I'm a woman of faith and I believe in the institution of marriage. I also think marriage is not for the faint-hearted and that there are many people that should not be married.
Hmm.
I don't think people put in enough work to stay married. But having said all that, if people come to me, I'm not there to sort of be the arbiter of whether they should stay in their marriage or not. I'm there to give them what they asked for, which is advice about what their life is going to look like if they do divorce their spouse. What are they entitled to? How much support would they get or would they have to pay? How much of the stuff are they going to get? How long does the process take? What is it going to cost me? How do we start this process? We send people home with a lot of homework. Divorce is, you don't get divorced overnight. And the decision to divorce is a tough one. It's a tough experience to go through. And so it requires a lot of planning. And we take pride in the planning that we help them do so that they can be in the best position to move through the process quickly and cost effectively.
So you're really a trusted advisor. That's the goal you're trying to set here. How long have you been doing matrimonial law?
I've been doing matrimonial law exclusively for over 20 years, but I've been practicing law for 32.
Okay, so probably sometime around when War of the Roses came out, I guess.
And
Or after
I have
that.
a specialty certification in matrimonial law. So I am,
Okay.
we're not supposed to use the word expert according to the rules of professional conduct, but I am considered an expert in order to get that designation.
So what was it that drew you to matrimonial law out of all the other areas of law that you could have practiced?
Feeding my family. Initially, I was a real estate attorney. I worked for a big firm, but I came back to New Jersey where I grew up. I had a baby. I was divorced. My daughter was very young, and I was practicing real estate law here in New Jersey. And my friend asked me to do her divorce, and this was before cell phones and before the internet. I drove down to New Brunswick to what we call the Bar Center. There's a law bookstore there, and I bought the books on divorce, including the floppy disk with the forms on it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I taught myself how to do it, and I represented her in her divorce. I made some mistakes, but I loved it, and it suits my personality. I love helping people see a way through a difficult circumstance. I love giving people some hope. I think I have a God-given talent to help people see the value of closure, and that maybe giving up something that they're legally, technically entitled to is a better scenario than fighting and spending their emotional energy on a long, drawn-out legal battle. So I consider it a skill that my God gave me, and it's been good to me, and I'm very happy doing it. I love doing it.
It really seems that way. And you said you love helping people. So I want to talk about your involvement here at the Chamber, because we're all about helping each other, and clearly that's part of your core value. When we think of divorce here at the Chamber, who comes to mind? But it's Rosanne DeTorres of Detorres and DeGeorge, right? So what is your secret sauce? How did you get so well known here at the Chamber? What are you doing? And what tips can you give to other Chamber members so that when they think of whatever it is that they do, or somebody needs that, yours is the name that comes to the front?
I get out of the Chamber exactly what I put into it, and I put a lot into it. There's a high trust factor in my line of work. I'm not selling a car. I'm not selling a small ticket item. It's a big financial investment. My clients have to really trust me. People have to get to know me to refer me. My ambassador, John Eggeter, told me, Rosanne, if you want to be successful in the Chamber, you got to do a couple things. You got to be patient. You got to let people get to know you, and you have to get committed. You have to participate. You have to join a committee. When they ask for volunteers, you have to raise your hand. I did all those things. I got involved. I went to the committee meetings faithfully. I was doing one-to-ones probably on a daily basis back when we could meet in person. For that first year, I had 4 and 5 one-to-ones each and every week. I sponsored events so that I could build my name recognition. I went to Business Connections, which is a huge audience, and sponsored events there so I could get the 5 minutes in front of the audience. We give complimentary consultations so that people can get to know us and see whether we're somebody that can help them or not. That's the advice I would give anybody who's getting involved in the chamber. That's the secret to our success. And we've really gotten out so much from the chamber. I could go on and on, but this chamber has not only been brought me friendships, but and also professional contacts, but really helped me scale and grow my business. Since 2016, we have grown exponentially.
Wow.
And I consider the chamber a primary reason for that.
What a great endorsement of the chamber, but really what a great formula to how to work your membership here at the chamber. And so I really want to thank you for being such a great member here at the chamber. How can people get in touch with you?
You can call us at 908-284-6005 or find us on our website, dnddfamilylaw.com.
Great. So thank you, Rosanne DeTorres of Detorres and DeGeorge Family Law, for being a great chamber member. And this was your member spotlight. If you're interested in getting your own member spotlight, just contact me at mike@morrischamber.org. And we'd also encourage everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I just want to thank Rosanne and all of our great members of the Chamber of Commerce. Get out there and keep doing great work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.